Have you ever been fascinated by the mysteries of the ancient world? The pyramids, the Sphinx, the Roman Colosseum? Well, today we're diving into another captivating enigma, the Lighthouse of Alexandria. This colossal structure stood as a beacon for sailors navigating the treacherous waters. But it wasn't just any ordinary tower. Oh no! It was over 100 meters tall, boasting a polished mirror that could reflect sunlight during the day, and a massive fire at its top that burned day and night to guide ships safely into port. Built around 280 BC in the harbor of Alexandria, Egypt, the lighthouse was constructed during the reign of Ptolemy II, who wanted to make his capital city, Alexandria, the greatest city in the known world. Used a clever system of mirrors and lenses that focused the light from the fire into a beam that could be seen for miles. But keeping the fire going wasn't easy. The soldiers had to climb a spiral staircase, more than 300 steps to reach the top of the tower. And they did this twice a year, once to tend to the fire, and then again to clean the mirrors. Under his rule, Alexandria became a hub of trade, culture, and learning, attracting scholars and merchants from across the Mediterranean. And many soldiers lost their lives, either from falls or from being burned alive. But why build a lighthouse, guiding ships safely into port, and serving as a symbol of human ingenuity and achievement? In 1303, the lighthouse suffered extensive damage from a series of earthquakes. But its legacy lives on in the stories of sailors who braved the high seas, and in the history books that tell the tale of one of the ancient world's most remarkable structures. Although it was repaired, it never regained its former glory, and eventually fell into disrepair. It was one of the tallest man-made structures in the world for most of its existence, only surpassed by the Great Pyramid of Giza, which was nearby. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more exciting content. Until next time, keep exploring the world and never stop asking questions. You might ask, considering the dangers of the Alexandrian coast, was the first structure of its kind to use both fire and mirrors to accomplish this task. And as night fell, a massive fire was lit at the top of the tower, making it an unmissable landmark for sailors navigating in the dark. Standing proudly on an island in the harbor, the lighthouse was visible for miles, guiding ships away from the treacherous rocks. You see, the fire wasn't just a simple bonfire. It was carefully tended to by a team of specially trained soldiers called These elite soldiers lived at the top of the lighthouse and were responsible for maintaining the fire at all times. They had to ensure that it burned brightly enough to be seen from a distance, but not so fiercely that it consumed all the fuel too quickly. Located on the western edge of the Mediterranean, Alexandria was a vital trading post connecting the east and the west. But the coastline was notorious for its strong currents, rocky reefs, and sudden storms, making navigation a risky endeavor. The idea of using a tower to warn ships of danger wasn't new, but the Pharos of Alexandria, as it was called, during the day, its polished mirror would catch the sunlight and reflect it towards the approaching vessels, signaling the presence of the island. But how exactly did they keep the fire burning day and night? To achieve this, it took about 3 days for them to reach the top, and they had to carry all their supplies with them. It was a dangerous job, but the Lighthouse of Alexandria remained standing for centuries. But like many ancient wonders, it didn't last forever. Today, only a few fragments of the lighthouse remain. And that's all for today.